Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. Andy Grammer performs live at the Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia this Friday night. He joined me to break down his career of hits from Honey, I'm Good to It's Good to Be Alive, Hallelujah, and Fresh Eyes. Hey, Andy Grammer. Hey, thank you so much for joining us on WTOP in DC.
Good to be here, buddy. How are you?
Doing all right. Where are you driving at? Where you pulled over to the side of the road?
Dude, pulled over. I'm right outside of my daughter's my elementary school. I got a couple days before I head out on tour, so I'm getting in as much time as I can.
Nice. Some good father time. I love it. I love it. Well, what's your favorite driving song since you're behind the wheel?
Oh, my favorite driving song.
I mean, there's Incubus Drive. I'm just trying to think, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like sometimes I've been listening to a lot of like jazz music lately.
Okay.
There's this really awesome Nigerian jazz guy called Fela Kuti that I'm getting into.
All right.
That is a freaking vibe. That's what I'll say. Everybody go listen to that.
All right, there you go. We should tell everybody we're talking not about you going to your daughter's school. We're talking about you going to Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in West Virginia. It's going to be on Friday, October 13th. What do we expect from the show? Or is it like the new songs, Love Is the New Money, or Greatest Hits sprinkled in?
Man. Yeah, I got a bunch of albums at this point, so a lot of songs. It's really fun to like. I remember when I started, I had like. When my first song, Keep Your Head Up, came out and people pretty much knew that one, it was like a long set to get to that one.
They keep waiting. And you purposely put it at the end to make them wait.
Yeah, put it at the end and everybody knows it's at the end. So you're like, but now, there's a lot of stuff to choose from. My band is incredible. The shows have been amazing. Yeah, we're excited, man. It's going to be really fun.
I love it. Yes, people will be singing songs and knowing all the songs throughout the whole show. Nowadays, right. You're far enough along. All right, cool. Well, whenever I have someone on, I love to try to move somewhat chronologically. So I know you're born in LA in '83. What music did you dig on as a kid? You know, what sparked it for you?
All right, so I didn't really care about music until high school. Just a super jock basketball.
Oh, psycho. What position were you on? Were you down in the paint or were you like perimeter?
I was a shooting guard, yeah. And that was like my whole life. And on the way to basketball practice, I heard in the same car ride, it's like I woke up, I heard the Room for Squares album by John Mayer and the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Wow.
And both of those records were like, this is unbelievable. And then I became somewhat obsessed and just kind of like started writing songs after that.
Now, did you give up basketball right then and there, or is it like a transition? You go home and write some lyrics while doing some jump shots?
Slow process of realizing that, like, basketball's probably not going to be the thing that I'm going to go into. So, then songs became more important.
I love it. Well, tell me, before we even get to the first album, didn't you had a couple EPs, The World Is Yours and
Soft Lights on Break? Yeah, these were things that I was selling when I moved out to Los Angeles and street performed for 4 years. And I needed something because at that point you could still sell a CD to like strangers that were walking by. And so, we put together like little EPs just so I could like make a living out there.
I love it. And then how do you get signed with S-Curve, the label?
Yeah, so then my manager met him out. He came and saw me on the street, and I had written a song while street performing called "Keep Your Head Up," and that kind of took off. Which is so lucky.
I know, right?
When you look back at it, like now I've been doing this for a really long time, and I'm like blessed, and we're gonna go play shows, and everybody knows the songs. It's amazing, but to remember back how lucky that was to have written that song while street performing, and then have it actually just go to the moon was nuts. Yeah.
Oh, it definitely went to the moon, and that was on the self-titled album, Andy Grammer in 2011. Yeah. Keep Your Head Up.
Yeah.
And Fine by Me was also on there. Just memories of writing. Do you have memories of writing your Keep Your Head Up? I know we're talking about it was lucky that it got noticed and took off, but where were you, what inspired writing it?
So I had lost my mom, passed away when I was 25, and I wrote myself a little pick-me-up song, and that's how it went, man. Wow. And it connected with everybody.
Well, sorry for your loss, but she lives on in the music.
She lives on in the music for sure.
That's awesome. Well, that's great. Well, then of course it just keeps picking up from there. You do 2 more EPs, Live from LA and Crazy Beautiful. But then the second, I guess the second full album would be Magazines or Novels in 2014. All your fans love that one. And of course, the most famous, Honey, I'm Good. How did that one come to you? That's catchy.
That one, there's like so much pressure on the second record if you've had any success in the first one.
Yeah.
And I was like aware of it and tried to play off like I didn't care, and I was like, I'm just being an artist, but it's definitely there. Like you're fearful if you don't deliver again that I don't know, then they'll let you play music again. So I had written 100 songs for the second record, and then we decided we still didn't have it, so went to write 101, and 101 for the second record was Honey I'm Good.
So you literally wrote 100. That's not just hyperbole. You had 100 and you're like, all right, let's do
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
100 songs, and then 101. So sometimes you don't even have to be talented; you just got to be like persistent.
Yeah, just do it long enough.
Just like just keep going until the magic shows up. Yep.
Give it 101%.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that also had Good to Be Alive, Hallelujah. And if you go to any, I don't know, folks, if you've been to the shows or not, I've seen you once, but when you're at a
Yeah.
show, everyone always, that's the one that everyone is singing. It's good to be alive right about now. Like, I don't know. It picks up, I think. It really gets the set list going.
It gets going for sure.
How'd you write that one?
Oh man, what was that? That was actually a song that I wrote so I think we put I know that one came after I wrote Honey I'm Good. So I think that was like added after. And that was just being psyched about having a hit, you know.
Yeah.
You work so hard, you're like, I've been out on the street for 4 years, like with no one caring, and then you get a little bit lucky with a song that goes, and then you write 100 songs, and you just like there's so much of it is persistence and struggle, and then there's like these little periods where everything's going great.
Yeah.
You better enjoy it and appreciate it.
Yeah. So was that, where in the 100 was that?
Well, if I recall that one came, that was like after, I think we put out the record and maybe that one came on at the end of it, like an add-on or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was, that might have been 102 then. All right.
Yeah, very possibly.
All right, and moving right along, you do a couple EP Spotify singles comes out, but then the third full album, The Good Parts, comes out in 2017 with Fresh Eyes. Everyone knows that. Now all I see is you with fresh eyes. You can sing, I can't. But yeah, we're like I've asked the others, memories of putting it together or how it came to you.
That one is one of my favorite songs I've ever written because I didn't know that it was that good when I wrote it. And that has really opened me up to just be open every time that I'm writing songs now. Because that one, we wrote the song, left for the day, and was like, well, we missed today, but that's okay. We'll write another one tomorrow. I'm the 100-song guy. We'll just like keep going. But to know that you don't always know, and so to stay open to the process and just that's really great. Because now I'll be in a session or I'll be writing something by myself, and I'll have a sense that it's not amazing, but then I'll be like, well, Fresh Eyes, I didn't know. And that thing went pretty crazy. So, just finish it. That's my finisher song. Yeah.
I love that snuck up on you. And it's like a lesson. It was a teachable moment. Now you use it as like, oh, this could be a Fresh Eyes moment. Maybe I should stick with it.
I did not know that was a great song. I mean, I wrote it and I enjoyed writing it, but I did not think that was going to be like a big hit or anything. Yeah.
I love it. Well, I love thanks for going through all these. I love that, there's a lot of pop stars that are on, or rock stars, whatever, they're on your level, but other people write the songs and whatever. I know it's part of the business, but I love that to hear that you're writing them. You actually have your hand in these. I think
you got
sets you apart.
That's like such a huge piece of it when it comes to like the shows, because you're sharing your experience, and so people you have this moment where you really connect. People who don't like go to shows sometimes don't get it. Like, why would you cry at a show?
Right.
You're like, you don't get it then, because I've gone through life with this person and I really connect to their story, and they've helped me through, like, in dark moments, I put their music on. And I've had that experience when I go see other people too. I'm like, when they walk out on stage, it's not just like, oh, I like this person. It's like, oh man, they've done something for me. This person has really been with me through some stuff,
Yeah, it's like an old friend you've carried through and gone through ups and downs with together and shared a journey. Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Well, my listeners will come with it, or at least do the fourth album, Naive, in 2019. Don't give up on me. I'm not giving up yet, even when I'm down to my last breath. Where were you going through at that point in your life? How does that? You're talking about your connection with the fans. What do you think you all experienced together through that song together?
Yeah, I wrote that one with some friends of mine, and we'd written 4 songs already that day. And we'd been writing and writing and writing. And I was actually ready to just call it. And one of my other good friends, Jake, who's an incredible writer, he's like, let's just write a song about not giving up writing songs. And that one.
Okay. It's like a double meaning.
So if there's anything you get from this interview with me, is that, like, I'm actually not that good. I just don't stop. Like I will never stop until you get something that moves your soul or that everybody agrees is like, oh man, that's great. And so much of it is just persistence, man.
Yeah.
Like knowing what you love and what you're trying to write about, and then not stopping, and
I love
being
it.
okay to have like 8 songs in a row that are just the worst. And then but no one will even hear them. So it's like,
Right.
it doesn't matter. Just like keep going,
That
stay in the
helped you get
process,
those
keep
8
writing.
helped get you to the 9th, that
Yes.
one, or those 99
Yes.
helped you get you to 100 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
And then
inspiration versus perspiration.
the fuel these days is knowing what happens and how much service it can be to other people
Mhm.
for not giving up writing songs. So if I had stopped and not written it, then like I get all these stories and incredible stuff of like, oh, my mom is going through cancer and we listen to that song every day to start the day to get things going, or just like crazy, unbelievable stories.
Yeah.
So now it's not just, oh, I got to stay persistent because I want to have a cool piece of art. Now it's a little bit like, oh man, I don't know, I don't want to stop before a song that like helps people in a certain way. So it adds a whole sweetness to it.
Right. Like if you felt in one moment when you're tempted to become lazy and not push through, you're thinking
Yes.
of all of the inspirational stories that will never happen if you don't go through, you know what I mean? You're taking it away
Yes.
before
Yes.
people could even hear it.
We are all connected. And so if you don't show up and do what you do the best, it's not just like hurting you. Like everybody needs what you have to bring. So you got to keep going.
Right. If you were like, I got to pick up my daughter, I'm not doing this interview, we wouldn't have ever had this conversation.
You know
So
what I'm
thanks for
saying? People are
powering through.
crying listening to this interview right now. It's changing their lives, right? Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I'm joking. Yeah.
maybe it'll inspire them to pick up your songs, which will then change your life.
Okay.
Yeah, more like that. I'm just the conduit.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah. Well, I guess if we're gonna bring it full circle, then all the way back around to the most recent EP, The Art of Joy. Damn, it feels good to be me, and Love Myself, and Save My Life, and Lease on Life. There's a lot of these titles that are like, that are gonna definitely inspire people.
Coming out of the pandemic, man, I had a rough pandemic. I don't know how yours was, but it was gnarly. You couldn't like go anywhere. I'm a super extrovert. I get filled up obviously by being around lots of people on a nightly basis.
Yep.
And that was very uncomfortable. So I had to write a bunch of songs kind of about who am I when that's not happening. And there was some weird, dark times there that I pushed through. Yeah.
Like, who are you really when it just all that stripped away and it's just you? Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't really love the answer, to be honest. A lot of work to do.
Oh, wow. Or you're like, maybe I'll go back to basketball.
Yeah. It was brutal. But that, you mine yourself for hopefully good art. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, what are you mining next? Anything else on the horizon that we might hear snippets of it at the show in West Virginia, or is it still too early to tell?
We just put out a song. I just put out a song with Pentatonics called Expensive that I really dig. And so that's been fun figuring out how that's going to come across live. The show itself is like really fun and high energy. And my band's incredible. And there's lots of jumping around. The set is amazing. And the light, like the whole thing is I'm really excited to head back out and get back into that swing of things.
I love it. Now, when you're doing the Pentatonics, are you guys actually in a room together, or is it like recorded separately and then you put it together in post or whatever?
Yeah, I've become really good friends with them. I spoke at their Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony where they got their star.
Whoa.
And so kind of out of that, I had this song that I written. And I'm like, oh man, I had initially had a vocoder as the hook, and I was like, it'd be way cooler if it was the Pentatonics singing on it.
Yeah.
And so they came into the studio and we did the whole thing, and we was very collaborative. I love how it came out.
That's cool. Do you have your star yet, or what do we got to do to get you a star?
Oh, no, I'm waiting on it. We're waiting on that call. Yeah.
Again, this interview will do it.
This should kick it over the top, I think.
Yeah. Whoever's crying listening to this will be the one to pick up and call the powers that be.
Yes.
Well, hey, speaking of, thanks for taking me through your music career. Just a random one at the end. You mentioned Hollywood. What is the Andy Grammer like go-to movie or genre of movie? What do you dig on? When you or is it maybe a TV show and everyone's streaming stuff now?
When I watched, the last thing I saw that like really got me was Jury Duty. You see Jury Duty?
Hilarious.
Did you watch it?
Oh yeah, of course. It was like the Joe Schmo show or the Truman Show, but yeah.
Yeah, like these shows where they're able to go like, kind of rambunctious, rebellious, like
Yeah.
messing with people, and then
Yeah.
it ends with like a gooey center. Like I love that.
Yeah.
I love like all Judd Apatow movies, same
Right.
thing. Like
Sure.
tons of cursing and like debauchery and then gooey center at the end.
So
That's
wait,
like my
what's your
favorite
what's
stuff.
your what's your favorite of the Apatow? Is it like 40-Year-Old Virgin
Man,
or Knocked
all of them.
Up?
I
Or,
like all of them. Yeah, I just rewatched Knocked Up, and that'll get me every time. The
yeah.
point where he like kicks the friend out of the delivery room and takes on like that's like I'm crying on the plane watching. Like I love that stuff. That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
Apatow. Yeah, Trainwreck was good too. Yeah, he's had a run.
He's got to run. It's like emotionally grounded, but like ridiculous. That's my favorite.
All right. Well, he's done a run, and you've probably got to run because you got to pick
Yes.
up the kid. It's cool. So, it's the best I can do to bring it back around.
Love
Anyway,
it. Well
anything
done.
else we want to say before we run? You invite our listeners on out.
I think we're good, man. Everybody come on out and sing together. We all need that badly. We like there's something really special about singing in large groups of people, specifically at this moment, to feel the connection of like a large group singing together is just good for the soul. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
Absolutely. We'll leave you with that. Hey, thanks so much for doing this. This is so much fun.
Thank you. Lovely chat with you, man.
Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time.